of anime body pillows in the morning. Guys, the pathetic incel PlayStation crowd might finally be getting what they want, because they've been begging for our
games for years now.
The pathetic Peasant Station 5 owners have been begging for Xbox exclusive.
Me? You think this is funny? In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness! Squidward!
Exclusives, just like you see in this change.org petition. Make Starfield a PS5 exclusive. Guys, they've been begging for our games, and it seems they might be getting a few of them as timed exclusives. But what I want you to notice, and this is a master stroke by Phil Spencer.
Master stroke by Phil Spencer.
You love the smell of anime bodies in the morning? I love the huge huffs of Copium you're taking. You're telling me you can't handle the fact that Xbox is going multi-platform? It's that big a deal to you that you got to start calling people peasants and saying that they got anime body pillows and accusing people of being this and that and saying all kinds of shit? You are so ridiculous. Number one, get the fuck over yourself. Number two, dude is not that fucking serious. Xbox is going multi-platform, which means all this shit you brag about saying, oh, they're always after exclusives, they're exclusives. Guess what? A lot of those fucking exclusives you bragged about were already on PC, so they're not even all that special. And guess what? Some of them got critically panned like Starfield, and a lot of them are coming to the PS5 anyway, because Xbox is going multi-platform. So use your brain, genius. It's not the end of the fucking world. Xbox is going multi-platform and you're still in the console war phase. Grow up.
Guys, the pathetic incel PlayStation crowd might finally be getting what they want.
Really? You're gonna actually go there when you're over here sucking on the dick of Phil Spencer? Throughout this whole video, he's all over Phil Spencer. He's like, oh, his master plan. Oh my God, my master, his cock. And you want to talk about incels? Oh, you better get that Phil Spencer dick out of your mouth before you start talking that kind of stuff. All jokes aside, you can't get on Phil Spencer when he's basically admitting silently that Xbox is going multi-platform. He didn't deny the rumors. Well, now, why is that? Because that's what's going on. Xbox is really going multi-platform. And a lot of you Xbots are like, hold the line, hold the line. They were always after our exclusives. Are you kidding me? Nobody cared about your exclusives like that. And how do I know this? Because Starfield was critically panned. Nobody was really excited for that. Then you had the Halo Master Chief Collection that launched broken. You barely have any exclusives worth talking about. People are barely talking about Xbox exclusives, but what does PlayStation have? Spider-Man, God of War, so many. There's multiple exclusives on PlayStation. Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, the new Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok. So many exclusives. We're walking on exclusives. You guys are walking on like Starfield, the thing that No Man's Sky, another PlayStation exclusive, could do most of those things better. A lot of the exploration and space travel and seamlessly flying into planets, yeah, No Man's Sky does that. Guess what? You cannot do that in Starfield. You can't travel. When you travel into space, guess what? You can't fly seamlessly into a planet. It's limited. And a lot of space travel is reduced to loading screens, which makes you wonder what was the purpose of this being in space if it's just going to be a loading screen. Yeah, that's your exclusive that you're bragging about, genius. Oh, please, you huffing huge copium if you really think people are begging for your exclusives. We have all these exclusives right here. What the fuck we need Xbox exclusives for? Yeah, that's right. I'm on PC, but I'm still a PlayStation fan. That's right, man. Boy, what did you think this was? You really thought you were just going to come in here and trash PlayStation and brag about your exclusives? What the fuck Xbox got? What Xbox got? Come on, bring it to me. You guys are barely sitting on exclusives and you're talking about holding the line right now. And your Xbox is about to go multi-platform and you choose now to huff this kind of copium?
Let's just zoom out for a minute and notice. Are any Xbox fans begging for PlayStation games? Are any Xbox fans begging for
Get over yourself. Nobody's begging for your games. Oh, please get over yourself. Nobody is begging for Xbox exclusives. I can tell you that right now. People are playing a lot of PlayStation exclusives. Oh, yeah. But what Xbox exclusives are people really writing home about? I'll wait. Pathetic peasant Station 5. And what does Series X have? What exclusives does the Series X have? Oh, please. You want to get on the PlayStation 5, but the exclusives that are on the Series X are so small and minuscule in comparison. At least the PS5 has exclusives. What do you have? I would love to see. I'm waiting. You say that Xbox isn't going anywhere in your title, and you complain and brag about Xbox and go on and on about how people are saying Starfield should be on the PS5, but guess what? Starfield is an exclusive to Xbox that a lot of people critically panned, and you claim that people care so much about your exclusives. Oh, they're begging for our exclusives. Oh, please. Barely anybody. That petition is small, and there's no point, because if Xbox goes multi-platform, all those games that you keep bragging about are going to be on PlayStation anyway. So it won't be so special no more. So you no longer have all that bullshit that you have going on where you're bragging about some exclusives that you don't have. And the little bit that you have left, you're about to lose that too. Okay, you're talking about, or any Xbox fans begging for PlayStation. Oh, what the fuck? Who the fuck is begging for your Xbox exclusives? Who? Nobody gives a fuck about Starfield. Nobody gives a fuck about Xbox exclusives right now. And they're going multi-platform at a time like this. Nobody cares. I'm not hearing people go on and on about Xbox games, Xbox exclusive. This isn't the Halo days, dude, so you need to get over yourself. Oh my God, get off Phil Spencer's dick. Get his cock out of your mouth. You sound ridiculous. Masterful plan? Oh, please. He basically admitted that, yeah, it's going multi-platform without even... Basically, he did not respond, or he didn't deny or confirm the rumors. That's like silently agreeing to it. How is that a masterful plan? We have more to discuss in PR. That sounds like he's at his... Xbox is at its lowest point. What are you talking about? Stop huffing copium. Be a little bit more realistic with yourself. This dude's huffing mad copium. If he really thinks for one solitary single second that people are begging for Xbox exclusives, and it's during a time when they're about to go multi-platform, and he picks now to do this shit? Well, yeah, Phil Spencer, such a masterful turnaround. Xbox is now reaching a state of irrelevancy. People are over here leaving this shit, looking left and right, talking about some fucking exclusives going to PlayStation, and you're talking about this is some kind of master plan. Have you lost your mind? Stop huffing that fucking copium. Xbox #1 in mindshare. Oh, please. Are you #1 in exclusives? Are you #1 in console sales? No. So does that really mean anything? Actually, people are begging for Xbox games. Nobody's begging for jack diddly shit. That's you projecting. Get the fuck out of here. You can get a lot of these Xbox games on PC, so what the fuck is the purpose of getting a Series X? We can just get a PC, which is way better. You can get that same Xbox game with a higher frame rate and better performance. Have you lost your mind? Get it. You're over here bragging, but those games like Hi-Fi Rush, like Starfield, might actually come to PlayStation. And Starfield got critically panned anyway, so you can have that shit. So, and I'm on PC, so I don't do this console war shit, but that's what you're doing. Acting like PlayStation are a bunch of peasants, and you're suddenly the elite. Get the fuck out of my face. You guys barely have any exclusives. Your games have been falling into irrelevancy over the past years. People have had to go to AAA titles just to get some kind of enjoyment, and those are starting to have a lot of fucking issues themselves. You better just stop. You're not selling the solution. People have even had to go to PC and even PlayStation and even the Nintendo Switch just to get enjoyment. But I'm not hearing that many people go to Xbox Series X for their latest enjoyment. I'm not hearing many people go to Xbox One for their latest enjoyment. That is just not nearly as common as someone talking about a PlayStation or a PC these days. Of course you're going to applaud Phil Spencer, even though he's soundly admitting that it's going multi-platform and Xbox is on its failing legs right now. But yeah, he's the master genius, guy with the plan. People are not asking for exclusives from Xbox. People are not asking for no fucking Starfield. You can have that shit. We have No Man's Sky, thank you very much. People are not asking for no... People are on the PC. If you're on the PC, what the hell do you need those for? Who the hell is asking for Xbox exclusives? That's my question. People ask for The Last of Us to be put on PC. Not only that, but people ask for The Last of Us all over the place. The Last of Us is one of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time. Are you serious right now? Also, the new God of War, also very critically acclaimed, and a lot of people have been asking for that on PC. And people, not only that, but they were also asking for it from multiple different places, including Nintendo. A lot of people wanted to play the new God of War. A lot of times when PlayStation has exclusives, they not only reach a level of critical acclaim, but they sell good, like Ghost of Tsushima, like Horizon Zero Dawn, like the new Spider-Man, like God of War. These are the exclusives we have. What in the world do you have? Halo? That's it? Anything else?
Let's just zoom out for a minute and notice. Are any Xbox fans
begging for PlayStation games?
Are any Xbox fans begging for phobe stars? Are any Xbox fans begging for Helldivers too? No. But
what Phil has done, which is a masterful turnaround in the past 3 years, because even though I would say Xbox is third numerically in terms of physical consoles, Xbox is number one right now in mindshare. And what I mean by that is because people are begging for Xbox games now.
Oh my god, you're still going with the pathetic anime body pillar bullshit. Just shut up, okay? You're so fucking immature and retarded. Oh my god. Get over yourself. Jesus, hop off Phil Spencer's dick. You're gonna call a dude an incel because he owns a PlayStation? You are so fucking stupid and immature and retarded. Oh my god. You are huffing huge copium over Xbox going multi-platform. Your salty tears are just too entertaining. Okay, didn't I just say not to go on and on about how people are begging for your exclusives when we have all these exclusives at PlayStation? What the fuck do we need yours for? Alright, kiss my ass. Listen to this Xbot. Huge reserves of copium. Talking about some, finally, PlayStation fans can finally have their little games because Xbox is giving them to them. We already have God of War. We already have Spider-Man. We already have Ghost of Tsushima. What the fuck do we need your games for? Or what are you talking about? We already have exclusives. We even have exclusives on the PS5. Demon Souls. Get it.
Because even though I would say Xbox is third numerically in terms of physical consoles, Xbox is number one right now in mindshare. And what I mean by that is because people are begging for Xbox games now. Look at this. Everybody, Switch and PS5 owners, are begging on their hands and knees for Hi-Fi Rush, critically acclaimed, unique Xbox property. People are begging on their hands and knees for Starfield and Indiana Jones. So I have to applaud Phil Spencer in turning the whole Xbox situation around, because Xbox is not asking for Switch games. Xbox is not asking for God of War Ragnarok or Last of Us. But suddenly PlayStation owners and Switch owners and these pathetic anime body pillow incels that owns PlayStations and owns Switches, they're begging for Xbox games. And that just tells you where Xbox is in the marketplace right now. Xbox is up here. It is top tier, and that's why people are begging for their games. What I'm mostly reacting to is the news that came out this week, and it is just a rumor. Apparently Phil Spencer is going to clear it up next week. But there's a rumor going around that Indiana Jones and Starfield might be timed exclusives that are coming to the PS5. And do you know what my immediate reaction was when I saw that, for real? I said, finally. Finally, the Peasant Station 5 can have some decent games. Finally, y'all don't have to play Daddy Didn't Hug Me Enough games. Finally, y'all don't have to play Press X to move a log games anymore. Y'all can finally have some real games.
Every exclusive does not have multiple interactive cutscenes. That's an assumption based off of a stereotype from a bunch of people who keep complaining about this online. So you can finally have some real games, some critically acclaimed games. God of War, critically acclaimed. Spider-Man, critically acclaimed. Marvel Spider-Man 2, critically acclaimed. Ghost of Tsushima, critically acclaimed. Horizon Zero Dawn, critically acclaimed. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumbass? And again, I reiterate, the new God of War, that got critically acclaimed. So again, what are you talking about?
Critically acclaimed games.
So, look, me as an Xbox fan, I think I've said this before, I don't mind sharing the love. Xbox has always been the place with the best games.
I don't mind sharing the love. My ass, you just called a bunch of PlayStation fans incels over owning a console. Get the fuck over yourself. All your friends are on Xbox, all your stuff is on Xbox, good for you. There's people who are on PC and they don't need any Xbox. What about that? My home will always be on Steam. What's your point? Because you say, oh, my home will always be Xbox and Phil Spencer. Oh, Phil, he has the master plan, yeah. Meanwhile, they're going multi-platform and you can't stop huffing that fucking cope. Whoa. Good for you. And while your home is Xbox, where they're going through so much shit right now that they're about to go multi-platform, meaning all the speciality that came with you having exclusives is about to go out the window if it's just going to be on PlayStation anyway. So that means all this shit you're bragging about is really for nothing, because Xbox is going to go multi-platform. What the fuck will you say then?
All of my friends are on Xbox. All of my stuff is on Xbox. My home will always be on Xbox. But honestly, I think it's great that Xbox has no problem sharing some of its exclusives titles in timed exclusivity deals. But what do you bet? What do you bet that... So everybody knows that when Starfield first came out, every salty, desperate, pathetic PlayStation owner called it trash. But what do you bet now that Starfield is coming out for PS5? It's going to be suddenly goaty, suddenly 10 out of 10, suddenly amazing. But guys, if you get on Twitter right now, people are absolutely having a melt.
Who are these people critically acclaiming Starfield just because it's coming to PlayStation? That is bullshit. Where are you getting that information from? There's no proof. You have no evidence of this. There's no examples. Nobody cares that Starfield is coming to PS5. Nobody cares. People care that Halo's coming. That's different because people actually love Halo. But Starfield got critically panned. If anything, people probably want a chance to make fun of it.
Been the place with the best games. All of my friends are on Xbox. All of my stuff is on Xbox. My home will always be on Xbox. But honestly, I think it's great that Xbox has no problem sharing some of its exclusives titles in timed exclusivity deals. But what do you bet? What do you bet that... So everybody knows that when Starfield first came out, every salty, desperate, pathetic PlayStation owner called it trash. But what do you bet now that Starfield is coming out for PS5? It's going to be suddenly goaty, suddenly 10 out of 10, suddenly amazing. But guys, if you get on Twitter right now, people are absolutely having a meltdown in the Xbox camp, and I don't understand why. Because if these rumors are true, let's see what the worst possible scenario of this could be. Worst possible scenario would be Starfield is a timed exclusive that eventually comes to PS5. Indiana Jones is a timed exclusive that comes to PS5 eventually. And people in the Xbox camp are acting like this is the end of the Xbox console. People are saying Xbox is Sega. Xbox is getting out of the console market.
Xbox is practically in a similar position as Sega. You know, at least not in the same regard as they used to be in this console war. They're not really in this console war like that anymore, and Xbox is not that profitable. Guess what company also was in the exact same position for quite some time? Oh wait, Sega. That might be the reason why people are even making that comparison, because it kind of correlates, especially in a situation like this, and it sounds to me like someone like you is in complete denial. Which, I get that if people want to stand up for Xbox, yeah, I feel bad for Xbox. Let me just go out and say that I do feel bad for Xbox, definitely. And Xbox has some great games, but right now they don't have a lot of exclusives, and you're trashing Sony fans talking about their incels and peasants and all this other bullshit. So you know what? I'm a fucking meme you. And it's ridiculous because you don't have a right to do that, because what have these PlayStation fans done to you? Nothing. You're just being a freaking console warrior, and it's really stupid. And you're in denial, which is even stupider. I mean, you say Xbox isn't going anywhere, but they're going multi-platform. They're putting their games on other platforms, and you're saying that that's not a sign that, holy shit, Xbox is really struggling right now. How are you even in denial of something that is right in front of your face?
I'm going to throw up on the screen here a photo that I took at Walmart today of a fully stocked Xbox shelf with all of the Xbox games there for sale for me at Walmart. Guys, Xbox isn't going anywhere. These games, as Phil has always said, there's going to be timed exclusivity for many of these titles. Microsoft owns Call of Duty. Microsoft owns Minecraft. Microsoft owns Overwatch.
You mentioned the fact that Microsoft owns Overwatch. Overwatch 2 flopped hard. So many people trashed that game. What are you talking about? What are you going to do? Mention Starfield again? Another game that got critically panned? Xbox is struggling right now, and someone's in denial about it.
Microsoft owns Diablo. All 4 of those games come out on Xbox. They often come out on Switch, and they definitely come out on PS5. So, do you think that Microsoft is required to release every single game it owns only to Xbox? No, that would be foolish. So people who are freaking out about this and saying that Xbox wants to get out of the console business, I think that is just a silly, silly thing. Now, what I do think is likely is that Phil doesn't care about physical consoles anymore. Phil cares about you playing on whatever device you want to play on.
You're already admitting it yourself. You're saying that Phil doesn't care about physical consoles anymore. He cares about you playing it on whatever device you want. Okay, so what if you can play that on a PlayStation? Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of exclusivity?
And this is why pathetic reject PlayStation owners count consoles, and that's the only thing they count. Notice they don't count portals. They don't count their failed handheld device. They want to count consoles. But what we know about the Xbox ecosystem is that Phil Spencer does not primarily care about the console anymore. He cares about PC.
Yo, look at you, dude. Stop with the pathetic reject PlayStation bullshit. All right? You're the one who's really fucking stupid because you're talking about stuff from the perspective of a console warrior. Like this is 2012. Dude, it is 2024. Console wars aren't really fucking all that right now, okay? So you look fucking ridiculous. We have advanced technology. Things have changed tremendously in the console space so much. We have PCs, so a decent amount of people don't even need consoles. And you're over here being a console warrior? You look freaking ridiculous. So you're admitting that they're going to run on a variety of devices, so there's no exclusivity. So what are you being a console warrior for if you even know yourself that they're going to run on multiple different devices? What are you thinking? Hey, dumbass, don't you realize that you're admitting it yourself that it's going to run on multiple different devices, multiple different platforms? So exclusivity is not really going to be a thing. And if you know that, what the fuck are you doing this console warrior bullshit for? It's unnecessary. You're being rude, you're being crazy, and you're sitting there lashing out to PlayStation fans for nothing when you're even admitting yourself that, hey, we're going to go multi-platform.
He cares about Xbox. He cares about handheld. Shoot, I play Game Pass a lot on my Steam Deck. And so it's all about engagement. The future of Xbox and the growth of Xbox going forward is that Xbox is going to run on a variety of devices and be on a lot of different devices. Is the console always going to be there? Yes. There was another leak this week that showed that Xbox is already planning another console. They're planning another handheld. They're planning multiple different consoles. And so, but what I think is likely
is that Xbox will probably be third in physical console sales going forward.
Is that Xbox will probably be third in physical console sales going forward?
Duh.
But in player count, it's going to reach a dominant status.
So you're admitting that they're third in console sales, but you're going to sit there and lie to your audience and say it's going to be the dominant player count. How the fuck are you going to be third place in console sales, but then it's going to be the dominant player count? What the fuck are you talking about? Does that make any sense to you? So you're literally lying to your audience. You're telling them that, hey, we're going to be dominant of the player count, but you're in third place in console sales. So that is a contradictory statement.
So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you count all of the devices that people are playing Xbox as a brand on, it's going to be more than Switch and PlayStation. But if you were to only count physical console sales, it's going to be less than Nintendo and PlayStation. And I think Phil Spencer is fine with that because, like I said, Xbox isn't limited to the console anymore. Xbox is on PC, it's on console, it's on phones, it's on Steam Deck, it's on the Rogue Ally, it's in all these other places.
So you admit once again that Xbox is not limited to just the Xbox consoles. It's going in multiple different platforms. So again, I ask, what's with the console warrior stuff? What's with you saying all this rude stuff about PlayStation, all this crazy stuff, when you know that they're going multi-platform and they're not just about sticking to one section anymore? You want to call them incels and nerds and all this bullshit just because they think that, hey, console sales is pretty important. It is pretty important, especially if you're in a console war, genius. And so you have the nerve to say something like that when you're the one huffing huge amounts of copium. And it takes a lot of fucking copium for you to sit there and cope like this. I mean, this is ridiculous. All because of the fact that you can't handle the fact that Xbox is going multi-platform. That's what you're sitting here moaning about. You are ridiculous. Yes, console sales are very important. And why are they important? Because that shows how successful the console is. That shows how many people are on that platform. And again, if you want to talk about console wars, well, what do you think shows who's winning that console war? Console sales. What's selling more? What are more people on? What platform are more people on? Yo, man. Yo, you got to use your brain up in here, man. You see? Oh, people are on this platform, people are on PlayStation, or people are on Xbox. If this console's selling more, guess what? That shows you just how many people are actually on that platform.
And so it's not like you can look at console sales and count console sales anymore. That's a very 90s, very boomer way of looking at things, to count console sales. But guys, yeah, just to close this video up, I see no indication. Look, you don't spend $68 billion on buying Activision if you want to get out of the gaming business. You don't spend $68 billion on Activision to not make a console anymore. But what I think is likely is that because they're not putting all of their exclusive content exclusively on the Xbox console, Xbox doesn't care about driving people to an exclusive console experience. Xbox wants you to be able to play wherever you are. And honestly, that's pretty cool if you think about it, because I think about some of the things that I love about Xbox. I love having all my friends on there. I love parties. And I love the fact that they've been so faithful to restore like old games and keep old games up to date with like higher frame rates and higher 4K and things like that. Regardless of what device I'm on, I can still kind of play all of my digital games. And so I believe in Xbox as an ecosystem, and it honestly doesn't matter whether I play on my PC or on my console or on another device, because I'm accessing my same friends, I'm accessing my same games. And so I think Nintendo losers and PlayStation incels, y'all are living in the past when y'all are exclusively caring about console sales. Yes, it is likely that for physical console sales, Xbox is not trying to go to number one. Look. Xbox could jump to number one in console sales tomorrow if they wanted to.
You know how they would do that? They would make Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo, and all these games exclusive to the Xbox console, and they would sell, and everybody would ditch their PlayStations the next day and go buy an Xbox. But Phil doesn't want to do that. He wants games on as many devices as possible, and I believe in the Xbox ecosystem, and we're definitely going to have an Xbox console going forward. All right, I'm out of here. Bye. Hang on, actually, there's one or two other things I wanted to say before I get out of here. Number one, I thought of this later. How many times have people prophesied the end of Xbox?
Don't even try it. How many people have prophesized the end of Xbox? No one's prophesizing a goddamn thing. This is Phil Spencer and Xbox coming out and just admitting it to you. So you can't sit there and turn this into some kind of prophecy. Oh, it's a philosophical statement. Oh, it's just a prophecy. Oh, no, dumbass. This is fucking real. And it's Xbox basically admitting it, because Phil Spencer did not deny it. So what could you say to that?
Last fall, you remember when Redfall came out, and before Starfield came out, before Starfield was a huge success, everybody was like, this is the end of Xbox. You know, Xbox isn't going to make it if they don't have a huge exclusive title hit with Starfield. If Starfield fails, Xbox is going to fail. Guys, people have made their career out of predicting the failure of Xbox, and Phil Spencer is just a big fuck you right in your face, because
Xbox is your daddy.
Bud, Xbox owns everything.
Ah, Redfall, another exclusive that you mentioned. And guess what? That exclusive had issues, and it also got critically panned. Wow, Starfield, another exclusive from Xbox, critically panned. You guys are struggling. You can't even admit it. You're in denial, hence the copium. So that's the best you got. Oh, Xbox is your daddy. Whoa, no way. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? They're about to go multi-platform, and a bunch of your exclusives are getting critically panned, and they're sitting there making such less money, and they're third place in console sales, and you're still in this copium levels of denial? Nobody fucking cares if you're gonna get Xbox in 1 year. Whoa, look at that. You're gonna get Redfall a whole year early. You think anybody gives a shit? No, because guess what? The track record, dude. People are looking at that. They're looking at the fact that, man, these games got critically panned. I don't really want to play that. You gotta be kidding me. You can't handle the fact that it's going multi-platform. You're over here calling people peasants, and then look at him at the end. He's like, he's fumbling. He's literally fumbling to come up with any kind of compelling thing to keep Xbox interesting. Wow, dude. Wow. Copium is real. And this is what I'm laying down. And this was Tarragon. Thank you for watching. This is ridiculous. Just accept the fact that Xbox is going multi-platform and get over it. Stop being a jerk about it, dude. Just deal with it. And stop being in denial. This was Tarragon, and now I'm out this piece.